looks like it's going to be Tajumal bowling this first over. And this is a very wayward delivery to start off action in Group A. And hopefully we do see a lot of runs in this group. He's gone high up in the air. Early catching opportunity for Marquardt. Will they get their first wicket? They do. And this is a big moment for this team, of course, as they pick up their first ever ECS wicket. Big congratulations to Tajumal as he notches his name on the European cricket record books. And a good response after losing a wicket. So good stuff here. This one is down the leg side, but it's going to be played away. And I think it's cleared the boundary rope, so that's going to be a 6. And very nice introduction here for Kalugala. His first ECS runs come via 6. And this one's played aerially, and this is also going to go straight to the Sri Lankan Lions dugout. So a really, really good shot here by Kalugala, who ends this over in style. It's a couple of big blows. Let's see if this is a change in strategy. And it's just taken an edge, it certainly has, and it's a very good bit of bowling. Sulari's been terrific to start this over. And he gets the wicket he deserves, and that's the dangerous Roshan Siriwardhana who has to depart. So excellent stuff by Marquardt early. They're making quite an impression with all our European cricketing audience. I know, I've done it again. It's the old commentator's curse that struck early in the morning. It's 4 wides. He's gone up in the air, could be a catching opportunity. It's a very, very well taken catch. That is terrific stuff by Awais. He got back well. He had to backpedal a little bit, but he tracked the trajectory of the ball, never let his eyes look away from the ball, and he takes a great catch. As the Sri Lankan Lions lose their 3rd wicket, this is a good start from Marquardt. Very impressive bowling. Played away. Is this a catching opportunity? It's always going to be a difficult chance there for Malik, but I think he's done very well to get to it. A little bit of confusion with their running, and this could be a chance for a run out. But Malik, after doing a pretty good job to get to the ball, misses out on a great run out opportunity. And this is probably the first mishap in the field by Marquardt, who have so far been terrific. This one's played away well, and is this going to go to a boundary? It certainly will. So much needed boundary for the Sri Lankan Lions. This one's played uppishly, and this is a terrific hit, a very, very good shot. As you see, ECN's very own Ravi Panchal with a nice bit of fielding. And this one is going to go away for a 4 as well. Slightly wider and shorter delivery, and that's why he's going to be punished for. That is a good ball by Omar Farooq, a really good ball, and he is extremely unlucky. That's gone for a 4. He just left back a little bit. This is a catching opportunity, and oh goodness me, it's a little bit of a juggle by Awais, and I think that's a 4. That's been immediately indicated by his teammate. Yeah, this one was probably going wide, but he gets some bat on it. So Fuller one, and this is struck cleanly, and that is struck beautifully as Kalugala will bring up his half century, and a brilliant half century. He's batted terrifically well, raises his bat in acknowledgement. This is played away, and he celebrates his 50 with a big one, so that's a couple of big blows, Sohail. This is fuller and wider, and it's going to beat all the fielders and go away for a 4. This one's not struck as cleanly, but it's still going to get the desired result. It's a fortuitous boundary. Goes up in the air, and it's going to clear the boundary by quite a bit. That is an enormous 6. What a huge shot. As we see him just get underneath that ball, it's gone high up in the air, and boy, that is a stellar shot. This is a full toss. It's gone high up in the air, and boy, it's going to be deposited into the olive groves. What sensational batting by Kalugala. This is a fuller delivery, and Pathirana provides a catch, beg your pardon, Kamal Reyes to the fielder out at mid-wicket. So Sulari, after getting clubbed at the start of this over, gets a wicket, and boy, this has been a very good partnership. Kamal Reyes has certainly been a good companion to Akila Kulagala so far out there. Wins a full toss. It's up in the air. Let's see the fielder get underneath the early catch. And boy, he actually crossed the boundary rope. when attempting to catch that one. So even if he'd managed to get to it, it would have made no difference. He was literally standing outside the boundary rope, as you can see. This one's been drilled. They're certainly going to go for a second run here, the Sri Lankan Lions. They're calling for the throw at the striker's end, Markhor. They know they want to get rid of Kalugala. And let's just see what the decision is by the square leg umpire. He's saying, let's have another look at it. He needs to be grounding his bat. Let's take a look at this. Why is he doing this? He's casually running. And he's going to get run out because of that. So he's going to deny himself the chance to get a century through basically not following some very basic cricketing fundamentals. He surely has to ground his bat. This is really disappointing by Kalugala, and that's not the way you want to see him end an innings that has so far been absolutely terrific. And it looks like the umpire has indeed given him his marching orders. So a sensational innings by Kalugala. Really packed that leg side boundary, and boy, that's not how you should be bowling. It's also going to be a no ball. It's going to race away to the boundary rope. So we'll be eyeing 135 now. This one's played well by Chamal Sadoun, and it's going to beat the fielder. So, well, Waqas Akhtar, he's obviously had a very difficult time this over, but he's not even been backed up by his fielders on this one. It just slips underneath. Spectacular recovery. This one's struck well by Chamal Sadoun, and it's a good bit of fielding here. They really needed that, the Sri Lankan Lions, and oh, they're going to get a second run because of an overthrow. And really disappointing, and of course the bigger cause of concern is that Chamal Sadoun has been striking the ball well. So struck well by Chamal Sadoun, and it's going to go away for a boundary. So terrific stuff by Chamal Sadoun to close out the innings. And boy, we've seen him play in a lot of European cricket series, and he's showing us the fireworks once again. Love watching him play cricket, and it's been good to see this little 5-ball cameo by him, which has helped propel the Sri Lankan Lions to 135. This one's going to take a bit of a top edge. It wasn't the best ball by Kamal Reis to start off. So struck hard down the ground, and that's going to beat the fielder. So Kamal Reis just getting his length wrong here after popping up a catch the very next ball. This one's gone up in the air. It's going to beat the fielder very easily. I think it's taken a bounce just before the boundary open, gone for a fourth. This one's gone up in the air. It looks like it will beat the fielder again. It's a good chase by Chamal Sadoun, and I think it's landed just in front of the boundary ropes. That one was straying down the leg side. It could have been left alone, but it's going to go for four. So just get some bat on that with fine leg inside the ring, and Rehman takes full advantage. Not too bad with it so far. This one is struck very, very well. It's going to beat the fielder, and it's going to race away for four. Played slightly uppishly, and Chamal Sadoun is normally a terrific fielder. Doesn't quite get a hold of it. And it's a very, very easy run out, though. And it really doesn't matter, as of course a terrible bit of miscommunication there by between Ahmed and Rehman. Both of them were going along very, very well, so it's disappointing to see their partnership come to an end that way. It's just a complete, total lack of communication. This one is struck in the air. That is cleanly struck, and that's going to be a 6. So a sweet, sweet bit of connection by the new batsman, the wicketkeeper, Nadim Kamar. Look at that one. He just gets a hold of it beautifully. Once again, it's popped up in the air, and this should take one bounce and go for a 4. So the batsman targeting that shorter boundary. This one's looks to take a pace off the ball. It's a catching opportunity. It goes straight to Roshan Siriwardena, who takes that wicket well. And Chamal Sadoun continues to add to his ECS wicket tally. Smart bit of bowling. As this one by Rehman is sent straight to Roshan Siriwardena, who takes a very, very good catch. So that's an important wicket. The Sri Lankan Lions needed to get one just to peg back this Markhor side in the European Cricket Series. This one's full and wide, and it's going to be quite a chase for Roshan Siriwardena. It's going to slide into the goal. This one's to take an inside edge, and it's going to go away for force. As we see Madhuranga be introduced into the attack. This one's played very well straight down the ground. Waqas Akhtar targeting that short boundary, and he gets a maximum. So a good shot here a little bit too short. And Akhtar just gets a chance to free his hands and absolutely belts it. That is a brilliant shot. This one is a bit too wide, and Waqas Akhtar really didn't need to throw his bat at it, but he's going to get a 4 anyway because there's no fielder. He's gone up in the air. Should be a catching opportunity. Fielder getting underneath, and it's a very, very well taken catch. The Sri Lankan Lions with a bit of a knack of just picking up a wicket right when any Marquardt partnership starts to get a little bit too big, and this has been a very good game so far. It's been a terrific bit of bowling here as, of course, Marquardt lose their 3rd wicket. This one's played down the ground, and it's going to go away for a 4, so Marquardt end the over well. With a couple of overs to go, they might back themselves to chase it, but 21, he feels a bit high. This has gone high up in the air. Is this a catching opportunity? No, it isn't. It's cleared the fielder. And Waqas Akhtar hits a much-needed 6. So it's the first time that Chamal Sadoun has been hit for a boundary. And it's all the way on the 11th ball of the innings. Akhtar goes big. Has he gone the distance? He certainly has, and that's a huge 6 there for Marquardt as they need 37 now of the last 2 overs. This is sensational stuff. As we see Sadoun just tries to correct his length, but Waqas Akhtar just watches that one beautifully, and he slugs it over long on. This one's taken an edge, and it's been very well taken in by the fielder in that fly slip-esque position, and Sulari has to depart, but really the big concern here for Marquardt isn't the wicket itself, it's the fact that it's a dot ball. And Akhtar, of course, will be stranded at the other end. And you can just sense Akhtar's frustration at the non-striker's end. This one is a very, very well taken catch. Oh, he goes for the wider one, and that takes an edge, and it's taken by the same fielder. That's Akila Kulagala. And we saw him bat sensationally well in the first innings. And this time he might just have iced the game as Waqas Akhtar has to depart. And you just feel with his dismissal, that's Marquardt's hopes that have probably faded. Once again, it's a very similar form of dismissal. That is an excellent catch, as he deserves to smile, Akila Kulagala. And they're just going to run over here. They just have to sprint, but it's going to be a very easy run out as Roshan Siddhivardhana takes his time and runs out Hussain, who has a very short stay. And yeah, by this stage, the game really is over for Marquardt, as all the Sri Lankan Lions have to do is just see out these next 5 balls, ball 5 legal deliveries, and they will pick up their first win of the tournament. This one's a very sweetly struck. It's going to go the distance, and it's a very well hit shot by Bakar Siddiqui, who will certainly enjoy adding 6 more runs to his ECS tally. I'm sure the Black Caps saw this game and are a little bit nervous looking at how strong this Sri Lankan Lions side have looked so far. This one's popped up in the air, and it's going to be very well taken by Chamal Sadoun, who is an absolutely excellent fielder. As, well, another wicket departs. Bakar Siddiqui hit a nice 6, but then he follows it up by popping one up that was taken comfortably by Chamal Sadoun. So wickets continue to tumble. First match of Group B, as this is struck away very well, and that's going to go for a boundary. So Marquardt getting a few runs in this over, but it's all a little too late. This one's gone up in the air. It's going to fall short of the fielder. And interestingly enough, Marquardt decides to not even run. I mean, Farouk could have added another run to his tally, but Marquardt will succumb to a defeat as the Sri Lankan Lions will take this one by 22 runs. A very solid performance by them.